Hi, this is Tori, and I am going to now give you a brief demonstration of my game, which is called Trace Race. So on this page, I am logged into the game. It is a Facebook Connect application, and you can see myself here. And I can either start a new game by selecting a track, or if there were any, I could join an existing game that is waiting for more players. So to start off, I am going to select a track and click to start the game. Now this takes me to the gameplay page where I am going to wait for another player to join, and I am actually going to be that other player in the form of one of my friend's Facebook logins. He was gracious enough to let me do that. So when I come to the home page now, I can see the game that I started in the other browser, and I will click to join it. So the first browser, as you can see, now detects that I have joined as another player, and since I am the organizer of this game, I am going to now start the game, which loads the grid. And meanwhile, the other page also is going to load the grid with the track. So now just to run a couple of player moves, any of these are the options where I can move to, and so I simply click, and the other instance here records that move and now gives me the red player's options. And as we jump back here, we will see once again the move is recorded and it's back to my turn as the blue player. So we can take moves back and forth. Now I'm going to jump over to a few particular cases that are important to consider that the game has implemented here. So real quick, first one is a very important case to consider, which is somebody winning the game. So as you can see, the red player has gone fully around the track and once again crossed the start/finish line. And there's simply a message that pops up to let you know that the player has won the game. Another case is simply to prevent players from landing on the same point at the same time, so they simply do not have the option to basically move on top of each other. Another case is what happens when players go out of bounds of the track, so the game will inform you that you have gone out of bounds, and it is also marked here. And when this happens, you lose every other turn, so it also tells you that it's going to move on to the other player's turn. And the other player also receives a message about the first person losing their turn, and that the play will proceed to the next player. Another case that I had to consider, as I found when I played this game, is not only when a player goes out of bounds, but when a player goes off of the grid entirely. So, to handle this, I decided to simply let the player know that all of their next move's options would be fully outside the grid, and thus they would be moved back inside the grid, and sort of as a punishment, their velocity will be reset to 0. As you can see, their options are all right next to their current space for their next move. And finally, something else I wanted to take care of was what happens if somebody that you are playing against decides to leave your game partway through. So the game detects that. As you can see, it's down to only one player, and a message just lets you know that you should probably go back and start a new game because you can't really play by yourself without the other person. So that is a brief overview. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.